Good morning. Why am I going backwards? Well, today we've got a bit of an unusual rescue mission. Lazy Days from Narrowboat Experience is stuck on the bottom of the canal after the Canal and River Trust have emptied some water out of this pound. Basically, a pound is a stretch of canal between different locks, and there's a number of locks down at the junction that we went through the other day. One of those pounds was very low, so they tend to draw water off a large pound and let it go down the locks, and they've drawn probably about 15, maybe 10 centimetres of water. And when a canal's quite shallow anyway, obviously their boat is now sitting on a rock or a boulder or something, so I will uncast myself, I will get my boat ready and then use the rope and just pull them off.
The front is fine, the front floats.
Yeah.
The front will go right out into the middle of the canal.
But you can put your pole under the bottom.
But that doesn't mean that it's not wedged here.
Yeah.
Something tells me Kath has done this multiple times already. So the sorts of things I do before casting off is I get all my camera kit on the stern and the bow ready, my map. We're not going far, we're only going to go to a water point first of all, but if I need to go far I would obviously have food and drink and Molly's water and something for her to sit on and that sort of thing. But I'm just reversing and I will put a rope around their bow and try and pull them off this rock or whatever they're stuck on. Come on in. How you get a boat sort of off some rocks. The wind's a little bit high today, so I'm going to push my nose out myself. I hope it doesn't stay windy like this, because going through locks and trying to get in and out of gates whilst it's windy is not easy, especially with other boats around. So today's mission is to get up the entire flight of locks at Tardebigge. The pair of us are going to go up, both boats, so it's double the amount of work, but apparently it takes about 3.5, 4 hours, sometimes 2.5, it depends which way you're going. But we're not in a massive rush, we're going to fill it with water and empty bins and things at this end, and just take the flight as it comes. We've got all day. It's supposed to be dry all day, although it is a bit windy, but we shall see. Never done this many locks in a day before, so it's actually good to have someone else to not only help but go through them together. This really annoys me when Canal and River Trust park the barges that do the maintenance on the canals on lock landings. Just going past Black Prince Marina where all the hire boats are, so expect loads of these go up and down the flight and down into Droitwich and things. So very busy area in the summer, I expect. They're all being cleaned at the moment. It looks like quite a lot of boats are in. I've got to get past them and then start the real hard work of getting up all these locks. There's a lot of locks all back to back. They're not staircase locks, they're just very close together. They've got pounds in between, so you can pass, but it's going to be a hard day. Neither Kath, Anna Marie or myself have ever done this many locks in one day, so we shall see. Well, I'm really pleased to say we've got Sean, the volunteer lock keeper, helping us through the locks at the moment. I don't know how far he's going to help us, but they're coming down the flight. There's not many boats because there's not much water coming down around the weirs. Come on, what's that? No, Kath, who's this? What's that? Let me get. I was rather slow going through that last lock because I got into the lock all fine, and then I heard this great big crash inside and the boat went boof and rocking all over the place, and about 10 sheets of ply and MDF that I've got leant up against the side, instead of being nicely angled, they shimmied themselves to vertical and then fell over. And then you try and get them back up without treading on them all. They were really heavy, but anyway, whew. That's what happens when you're still building a boat whilst moving. Anyway. Really strange. Some of these locks are really peaceful and lovely to get through. For some reason this lock was really turbulent. It pushed the boat back and forth, back and forth. So I'm doing my same old trick because someone else is helping me through and I'm going up in the lock. I'm in slight tick over in reverse and keeping the stern of the boat up against the lock. Did you just say please fall in?
No.
Yeah.
Why did I say that? Because I want nothing but the best for you.
So you want me to fall in on a cold, windy day?
Never.
As you go up in these locks, you really do get a sense of going up in height. I know that's obvious, but if you think about it, a lot of canals, a lot of rivers are right down in the bottom of valleys, and it's quite rare to be quite high up and be able to see distances. It's great. How are you finding the flight?
11 minutes a lock so far we're doing.
Are we?
Yeah.
Between bridges 48 and 49 is Stoke Pound. Now the volunteer said that that was probably the last place to moor up before we tackle the huge 30 plus locks. So we've just stopped here to have some lunch, and then full of energy we're going to tackle them all this afternoon. Apparently it's going to take about 4.5 hours just for the next lot. Oh. So we've had our lunch and this is it. We are now committed to doing 30 locks all this afternoon because it's very difficult to moor up in between. There's no mooring and the pounds are really small, so apparently it takes about 4.5 hours from here, so a lot of hard work to get 2 boats up, but at least the sun is out. Stop. What we're doing is Kath is opening the gates and I drive in, get off, close the gates, open the paddles, the boat goes up, then I hover out of the lock like I am at the moment, close the gate, and hopefully by that time the next gate will be open ready for me to go into. The main objective is to not have to get the boater to get off the boat before the lock, because there isn't any mooring really. There's no bollards or anything, so the objective is just to hover and wait. This would be an absolute nightmare if you were solo. We're getting into a bit of a routine now. Kath helps me get into a lock and then leaves and goes up to the next one, and I get myself up the lock and open the gate, and then hopefully the next gate will be sort of ready. I may delay this one a tiny bit so that the gate's ready for me to just drive out, hover, close the gate and then drive into the next lock. Well, I'm now in charge of opening and closing gates and things rather than Kath. She's going to drive Alice. I'm going to drive Lazy Days in, actually, thinking about it. So here I am on Lazy Days. Kath's driving my boat, I'm driving theirs. We are, I think, 16 locks into 36, so I'm not really enjoying this. So we're now at lock 47 and we've got 10 more to go. I thought we only had 4 more to go, but we've got 10. And it's about 5:15, so we are definitely going to get to our final lock when it's dark and then just collapse in a heap.
I'm gonna rip that thing off and shove it down your throat.
Okay, so it's getting dark and it's raining. However, I've just received a text message from Anna Marie saying she can see the end, the promised land. So we've moored up at the top of Tardebigge Flight of Locks. There's one more lock to go, and Narrowboat Experience and myself are going to do that this morning, bright and early. They're going to go into the marina to get some maintenance done, and I am carrying on without them for the first time in a couple of weeks. I am going at tick over. Kath has this issue with boats going past really fast, and I can't go any slower. I'm going at tick over. I'm going really slow. She's just been messing around, but whenever we're inside her boat and a boat goes past, she's like, they're going too fast, they're going too fast. Anyway, that was the last time I've passed Lazy Days for a while. I'm sure I'll meet up with them again. It's been really heavy rain and really horrible weather for the last 3 or 4 days, so it's been nice to moor up and hunker down, and yesterday was a super lazy day. It was brilliant. Normally this early in the morning everyone is fast asleep still, and I go past boat after boat after boat and don't see a sight. But because this is at the top of some quite big locks, as we know, everyone is up really early. There's people doing maintenance on their boats, there's people having breakfast, people untying, engines on. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning. We were going to try and complete all of the locks in one day, but to be completely honest, it was too dark. We couldn't even see the bridge, let alone navigate through a lock. And we were wet, we were tired, and that is a classic situation where errors happen and someone could fall in the lock because they can't see what they're doing and all sorts. So we stopped and moored up, and that was a really good decision.
The last 5 weeks together feels like yesterday. It's been really nice actually. I think this is the longest we have travelled with another person. It's been really lovely.
And was that other person okay?
Yes, I'm contractually obligated to say yes. Yeah, it's been really
Through
nice.
gritted teeth.
Yeah, but how's it been for you? Because you are usually solo, so you've had 2 extra people and 2 cats and a whole other boat.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it myself over the last sort of number of weeks now. We've gone out for meals, we've gone to takeaways, we've gone out for restaurants. I've been wined and dined on Lazy Days boat. It's just been really good. It reminds you of travelling with good friends. And that's what I think.
Yeah, I can't wait to get some good friends to travel with. It reminded me of that as well.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. So this is where we part. I'm going to go into their marina now, and I'm going to go through the lock and carry on.